Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So a few days ago, the Sims team released a statement kind of talking a little bit about their focus being on some bug fixes. Since then, they've released some more information, so I thought it would be cool to kind of just go through some of the stuff and put it all in a video. So I believe the first statement was released on the 15th of September, and basically this was a quality of life roadmap. The opening statement of this says, Soulful Simmers, our top priority is to provide a fun and positive experience for all players. We see your feedback on technical issues and game performance, and we want to assure you that your concerns are heard. Today we're sharing the steps we're taking to double our efforts ensuring Simmers have the best experience possible with The Sims 4. Over the next 8 weeks, our dedicated team will dive into resolve current issues and get ahead of unforeseen technical disruptions. Here's what the next couple of months will look like for The Sims 4. Now basically they talk about there's going to be a base game update which should be coming out today as of when I'm filming this video, the 18th of September. Their plan was to essentially release the base game update ahead of schedule so that it can basically break everybody's games earlier than expected, so that there is time for modders and for simmers to basically either fix mods or report bugs before the release of the new pack. That is wild to say that somebody is now pushing a base game update to come out sooner so that it breaks things faster, but that is essentially what they said. I'm not going to read fully through it. And then they basically said that they're going to have these prioritized fixes. So basically you can report any bugs you come across in the game through the EA forms. Just make sure it's not a mod causing the bug, but if it is an in-game bug, you're able to report it, and the Sims team is essentially taking the top reported bugs and working on fixing that first. Now for October, they said that we're currently completing compliance tests across platforms and multiple levels of quality verification for the Adventure Awaits expansion pack. The expansion pack I think is coming out on the 2nd of October. I think it's the 2nd of October. Yes, it actually says that if I read a bit further down, but it also says that playtesting with the Sims team and a paid group of experienced Sims players from the community. So that's going to be happening during October. I do like the idea that there is going to be a paid group of experienced Sims players. Now I don't really know who's going to be in this group, but I really hope it's not just EA creators or the EA influencer team on YouTube, just because even though their jobs are essentially like being Sims YouTubers, I think it will be more beneficial to get a group of just other Sims players that spend a lot of time in the game because they're more likely to come across bugs. I think it should just like be people who love the game, and I'm glad that they are getting paid, because it seems like releasing the base game update a few weeks earlier is just a way of getting free services out of the Sims community, essentially saying like, hey, you know, we're releasing it earlier so you can identify the bugs so that we can fix it. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get a base game update a few weeks earlier so that I can be the one to break my game so that you can get feedback. Like, no, I much prefer this whole method of you guys are paying a group of experienced Sims players to help with bug fixes or to help identify bug fixes. To me, that makes a lot more sense, and it's a lot less shady than just constantly releasing updates and packs and then leaving it to the Sims community to identify them and then just throwing your hands up in the air and be like, whoops, my bad. Now for November, it says November 4th, mark your calendars, this will be a big day. A lot of people have been speculating what's going to happen. Personally, I think that they might be releasing another expansion pack or some sort of pack in the future related around bans. Now there was a lot of speculation about this earlier on in the year. I actually made a whole video on it, but I never released it. Whoops. But basically there were hints that bans would possibly be introduced to the game in November, and considering this says November 4th, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think that is possible the reason why they didn't say that there's going to be another pack is because a lot of people are boycotting The Sims 4 to kind of like stop pack production until the bugs are fixed. So I think this is kind of a way of generating some form of hype without fully giving away the plot, because I think a lot more players would be upset knowing that they are working on more packs rather than focusing on bug fixes. Now a day later, they released another statement or a laundry list. This was on the 16th of September. Basically just showing what they have been working on in terms of bug fixes. So I'm not going to go through all of this stuff. I'm going to kind of like scroll through. So if you want to like pause and see what fixes they did, you're more than welcome to. Or if you want to go to the link directly, it will be down below in the description area. Something I will say is that none of these bug fixes have to do with the corruption save files, and I fully understand these are the most top reported bugs that they're working on, which is a good place to start, I would say. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, so I'm glad you fixed the fact that my sim doesn't have to go and sit every time they drink water, but my game is exploding because you haven't fixed the game corruption file. It's kind of like, okay, so you give a little bit, but you're not really giving the main thing, and hopefully they are still working on that. I don't think there've been any particular statements about the corruption bug, but I do hope that's still in the works at some point. Now, with all that being said, there has been somewhat of a mixed response to these messages. A lot of people are, as you can imagine, very excited that the Sims team seems to be proactive in fixing the bugs and making the game playable for the Sims community. Whereas other people, including myself, kind of see this as more of a strategic move to get more sales on the newest expansion pack coming out in early October. The reason why I say this is for a few reasons. Number one, before this expansion pack was released, there was a lot of talk in the Sims community about possibly boycotting the Sims franchise, which I think is a good idea. They don't really respond to these emotional messages about players losing their save files. EA is a big company and they respond to money, they respond to sales, and if their game isn't getting enough sales, that makes a big enough statement to make them want to actually listen to the Sims community and fix the game. Now, a lot of people think that this boycott or this kind of movement within the Sims community was getting some sort of traction. There's been a lot of messages on different videos, different posts kind of talking about this, where a lot of people seem to be getting behind the idea. It was very interesting to me because, like I said in my previous video, during the gameplay trailer, I only saw positive comments, but this was after the video went live. And apparently during the premiere, which I actually missed, there were a lot more comments talking about fix your game, that my game is still broken, not buying this pack until you fix the game, which is very interesting, the contrast from that to a few hours later only seeing positive comments in the comment section. A lot of people think EA kind of panicked and they said, okay, what can we do to kind of get more sales? And it seems like they're kind of giving us a little bit of what we want in terms of the bug fixes, but they're not fully committed, and I could be wrong with that. I really do hope they will spend these 8 weeks focusing on bug fixes, but it is possible that as soon as this new expansion pack comes out and then it gets enough sales, they're just going to go back to releasing more packs and not really fixing the game. Now, another reason why I believe this could be a possibility is that since releasing this laundry list, the Sims team has released several posts promoting the new expansion pack. And I understand when a new product comes out, whether it's a new pack, a new game, it's important to get some sort of advertising out there. That I completely understand, but it does seem like this game in particular is getting a lot more advertising compared to other packs. Now, like I said, the laundry list containing all of the bug fixes came out on the 16th of September. Since then, within 24 hours, the Sims team has made 3 different promotional posts with the Adventure Awaits pack, and I don't think they're planning on stopping anytime soon. It's clear that they're putting a lot of money into this pack, a lot of money into the advertising side, and then hopefully a lot of money into making sure that the pack isn't buggy as hell. But a part of me wonders if they really panicked seeing the response from the Sims community and this is their way of trying to generate sales. I don't really know. At the end of the day, I do think it looks like a really cool pack, but I do think that it would be beneficial for Simmers to wait until they buy this pack. Now, I'm not saying wait until it goes on sale, because that can take a few months to a year until the latest packs go on sale, but I will say maybe wait until you see other people review the pack, wait until you see if there's any bugs generated from this pack, but also just like wait to see how the EA team responds. Wait to see if they keep their promises, because a lot of people, including me, have a really bad feeling that this whole promise to focus on bug fixes is just an empty promise made to get people to trust the Sims team again and to buy the latest pack. I'm not saying that is definitely what's happening. Obviously, I don't know. I'm not a part of the Sims team, but I am very cautious about this new information. Either way, whatever the Sims community has been doing has been working, because EA is taking more of a lead in bug fixes, and I think this is the most proactive we've seen them be in quite a while. It's just really interesting when it comes to timing, because it seems that they're only taking this step now after people are threatening not to buy their packs. So I don't know, we'll see what happens within the next upcoming days. Either way, I'm gonna try and stay as up to date with this news as possible, because I would love to see way more bug fixes. I would love to see any news concerning the save game corruption issue, because to me that is the biggest issue right now. And even if you're not a player experiencing it, there are players experiencing it, and that is just not okay. That is all I have for you in today's video. Please let me know down below in the comments what you think of this statement from the Sims team. Do you think that they are proactively working on fixing the bugs and they will continue to do so, or do you think that it's a bunch of empty promises like we've gotten before and it's just a way of kind of getting Simmers to buy their new pack? I'm interested to hear your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so that you're notified every time I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.